This is Esucom College of Medicine at the College of Medicine of Enugu State University of Science and Technology here in Parkland, GRA, Enugu. I'm the Provost College of Medicine. My name is Professor Uchenna Ekuchi. I'm a professor of pediatrics and a consultant neonatologist. I got appointed as the provost of this great institution on March 12, 2024 by His Excellency the Governor of Enugu State, Barrister Peter Ndubisimba. This college is made up of 4 faculties and over 29 departments. I came in 2024 with the faculties of Basic Medical Sciences, Basic Clinical Sciences, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, and Faculty of Clinical Medicine. So that's the 4 faculties, and each of the faculties is made up of many departments. One of the major issues that we started settling when I came into the office as the provost was the issue of revamping the environment. So actually, this is a place where we train students of high repute, the student of medicine and other allied health sciences of high repute in the environment, in the society, and where they are being trained is actually meant to be a learning environment. So we started by revamping the environment to look like where active learning is taking place. We went into the hostels where they stay. We did a lot of revamping in the hostel, including cleaning up the hostel, repairing the tiles, repairing the damaged doors, windows, plumbing materials, electricity. Actually, we met the place in a mess, and it needed very serious revamping. We also discovered that some of the students that are not accommodated within the environment, that are coming from outside, need to have an outside convenience where they can ease themselves when they are pressed within the learning hours. So we had to revamp the convenience that is situated outside the hostels in order to make it very accessible and conducive for the students. So that was fully revamped. We also looked at the environment because the illumination of the environment is very poor. We installed a lot of solar powered floodlights to brighten up the environment so students can afford to work out in the night, because as a medical student, you could have reason to go to the teaching hospital, you have reason to go to read at late hours. So the environment needs to be very clean. It needs to be very well illuminated so that you can walk out at any time and access any place you want to go. So we really did a lot in the environment to make it look like where active learning is taking place. We now went back then again to the college laboratories. We did a very massive work in the college laboratories. We started by expanding the space, the laboratory space. We went to His Excellency the Governor of Enugu State, who is a very wonderful governor that is highly interested in issues related to education and health. In fact, to have a governor that doesn't joke with that sector, because you know that health is wealth. So anything that has to do with health, and that I told us that this is where we are training the health stakeholders. So we immediately made our apply to him, our application to him, that we want the laboratory to be revamped in terms of facilities, in terms of space expansion. He quickly granted it, and bought every facility that we need in terms of laboratory equipment. Can tell you that the laboratory space that was formerly occupying less than 50 students, especially for physiology, was expanded to the tune of 250 students. The biochemistry laboratory that used to be about 75, was also expanded and it has 2 floors. So students can, it can, the lab can comfortably accommodate the number of students we have now. And to add to it, he constructed a brand new multi-purpose laboratory. You're going to see it. That laboratory services for the Faculty of Basic Clinical Sciences, which is basically the laboratory-based medicine faculty. So there you can see all manner of facilities, all manner of medical equipment, laboratory equipment that is needed to train the students at that level. That laboratory has a capacity of sitting up to 161 students per batch. So even with over 300 quotas which we're enjoying now, we have enough laboratory space. We also, it didn't end at that. We went into expanding the lecture halls to some of the lecture halls that were very small were expanded. Now I can tell you that we have lecture hall that can take up to 260 something to 300 students in a row. So we did a lot on that. Then we now settled for the security. And this place, security was a huge challenge I met when I became provost. Because a lot of people are coming in, coming out, going at and when they want, no check at all. So a lot of gadgets kept missing. People are complaining of their phones, laptops, and all that. So first thing we did was to put what we call a stop and search, so that if you come in, we have a barricade that can stop you, and we want to know whom you are, introduce yourself properly before you are given access to the environment. So we didn't end at that. We also looked at, we went to His Excellency and said, we want to put a CCTV in this place, and he funded it completely. So this place is under surveillance completely. The college is fully under surveillance. We have a surveillance center or the control center where we stay to monitor whatever is coming in or going out within the college. And to add to it, all our lecture halls are covered, all our examination halls are covered under CCTV monitor, so that as the invigilators are invigilating physically, the CCTV cameras are also helping us in invigilation. And that has helped us a lot to cut down the rate of exam malpractice in the College of Medicine. We didn't stop at that. We also, apart from the security that we were able to revamp completely, I must tell us that immediately I came in as provost, in one exam, there was a huge number of students, about up to 12 students were caught in malpractice. But immediately we were able to install this CCTV and tell you that we've run so many professional exams in this center and there was no episode of exam malpractice. That shows you that if we really monitor things the right way and we really do the right thing that is meant to be done in every environment, the result will show. So Esucom College of Medicine is not where people can come and cheat anyhow now. If you're caught cheating, the system will deal with you appropriately. Before now, we've expelled so many students based on exam malpractice or impersonation. And this is because the security in the environment have been fully revamped. We didn't stop at that. The academic activities in the college, which is the core role of the college, has also received a lot of upliftment. I must tell you that every aspect of our curriculum is running as and when scheduled. The flow chart is running uninterrupted, and I can tell you that we are among the very few medical schools in the country that can graduate students at exactly 6 years of training. The people that came in 2020, their timetable for their final exam is on board now. They will be leaving this school as from August this year. So from August this year, which is exactly 6 years of their training, they are up and gone. So if you're coming to a suit, I must tell you that if you read your book, do what you're supposed to do. In 6 years' time, you've come to read medicine. In 5 years' time, you've come to read nursing. You've come to read medical laboratory sciences. You are done, and it is done and dusted, except if you're failing your exams. We have also introduced what we call the College Brain Match. We've had the first session this year, which is a kind of academic program that challenges the students, that students compete academically, and we reward the best performances with a lot of something that I can take home and be very proud of. We have also the awards, all of those awards we have got given to students that distinguish themselves have also increased during this our current administration. Before I came in, we have only 6 awards during the graduation, what we do call the best graduating students in different areas, students that have distinguished themselves in the various academic programs. To date, that number 6 has increased from 6 to 14. So at each graduation, and they're still counting, at the last graduation, we had up to 14 awards that were given to students. Just to tell you that we don't joke with anything excellence in academics. And because of that, I must tell you that our visibility has also increased. Our visibility has also increased because we have engaged several bodies, including international bodies. As I talk now, we have a collaboration with the University of Washington. That University of Washington, with the blood cell rescue initiative, will run monthly online lectures, multidisciplinary activities relating to blood transfusion. So that is what we have been able to do in terms of international collaboration, and we're still doing more. We didn't stop at that, not just what we do to the immediate environment, not just the academic programs. We're also reaching out to the society in terms of corporate social activities. And these corporate social activities include public lectures that we reach out to the people in the immediate and remote environment to come in and listen to lectures that are of public interest. Last year, we discussed sudden death syndrome, and that public lecture attracted so many attendees. More than 700 people attended that lecture, because we all know that sudden death is a very big trouble in the environment now. You see people walking on the street, they collapse and all that. So we brought the society and taught them in a very plain language, and in language they will understand, brought it down, not just medical jargons. They were able to understand what causes that sudden death and how quick we can fix sudden collapse in our environment. So that lecture held at the International Conference Center last year, it attracted so many people, dignitaries, several people from all walks of life. This year we're also doing another one. We have also chosen a team called from plates to patients. That is to show that we're going to teach people that whatever you eat can go a long way to determine your health. So you can move from what is in your plate to become patient. So if you're interested, we're using this medium to invite the public. And very soon, around August, September, we shall be mounting that public lecture at the International Conference Center in Enugu to educate the public. So that is part of the public, what we call corporate social activities that the college is offering the people in the environment. Just last month, we did a free glaucoma screening. We offered it free of charge. People came from all walks of life. They came here and we screened their eyes. And I can tell you that program showed a lot of problems that people are working with. I didn't know that some of them are almost at the brink of being blind. So I was so happy that program did a lot for us. It really did a lot, because even some of our lecturers who didn't know that they have eye problems, public people, who came around, they didn't know they have eye problem. Were discovered during that free glaucoma screening and offered some treatment. We have also not relented in students' welfare, because I tell them that this is actually why we're here. We really need to be sure that you're comfortable so that you can read your book and come out as stars. Now, we've revamped the 2 buses that were granted upon my appointment. The 2 buses are working now. It takes them out for their public postings, outside postings. And we can also use those buses to do other programs. So their welfare is being taken care of. Some of them were sponsored for some conferences they went recently. So we have also done that for them, apart from making the environment very conducive for them, their hostels and all that. So we are not relenting on making sure that they are very comfortable. Last month we had the Provot Cup challenge. It's part of because they say all works and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So we introduced that sports event to make sure that our students have some leisure time to, play around and be happy. So we had the Provost League, which ended last 2 weeks. The winner and the runners of position went out with was a lot of money to go and enjoy themselves because all works and no play makes Jack a dog. But we have also done a lot in staffing. I must tell you that His Excellency, the Governor of University, have been so wonderful when it comes to the issues related to College of Medicine. Anything we place on his table, he approves it. Because we know, he knows, of course, that we don't place anyhow. Whatever where the demands are on point, and he gives it very prime attention. When we went to him and requested for staffing of the college, he immediately granted it. I tell you that since I assumed office in 2024, March 2024, we've been able to recruit more than 140 new staff into College of Medicine, made up of both academic staff and non-academic staff, or various cadre, including professors, associate professors, senior lecturers, and all that. So the staffing is not a problem currently when it comes to Esucom College of Medicine. We cover our curriculum as and when due because our governor is a transformative governor. And I must tell you that he has really done a lot here, and we're thanking him so much for that. So it's not just that we brought staff and they are not being taken care of. Their salaries are being paid as and when due. The Vice Chancellor has been so wonderful paying their salaries as and when due. Nobody is being owed in this place. Their salaries have been paid. And we've also introduced in the college the staff award event, which by this year I shall be doing the 3rd edition of staff annual award. During that award, which normally comes up on the last week, second to last week of December, we reward best performing staff. In fact, the last year our reward was wonderful. We went with cash award, flags, and a award letter. So we recognize the best performing staff in each of the faculties, including the non-teaching staff, even down to the casual worker. When I came in 2024, their salary was just, of course, there's no salary in Nigeria that is enough anyway, but what they were taking home is very terrible. I had to cry to His Excellency, and he has to upgrade our overhead, a more than 100% increase in our overhead, and that helped us to, increase the salary of those workers, and not just increasing the salary. Some of them have been converted now from temporary staff to permanent staff of the university. So the welfare of staff here have been taken care of, and we're still doing more, believing that by God's grace and with the impact of our dear listening governor, we are going to have more improvement when it comes to that. Promotion is not hindered in any way at Esucom College of Medicine. Of course, Esucom College of Medicine is part of the university, and the entire university promotion is coming as and when due. By October now, another letter will be down. We're in the process of promoting people for the year 2026. We've gone through the departmental level, the faculty level, awaiting the central appraisal committee to sit. So since I assumed office from 2024 till now, promoted, gotten 4 new professors, 13 new associate professors, so many senior lecturers and lecturers. Even the non-academic staff cadre have received their promotion. So graduation is coming as and when they are told us before now that we are among the very few medical schools in the country that have graduate students at age 6 years. Very few medical schools. Esucom is one of them. So if I'm telling this, I'm using this opportunity to inform the public what we are doing here is working, and it's because our governor, the our workaholic governor of Enugu State, is working day and night to ensure that our needs are being met and when due. We've also introduced new programs through the act of the Vice Chancellor. About 7 new programs were introduced into the College of Medicine. 2022 to now, we have about 7 new programs that have come into the College of Medicine in this Faculty of Allied Health Sciences. We can talk of public health, we can talk of human nutrition and diabetes, we can talk of optometry. So 7 new courses have been introduced in the Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, part of the College of Medicine. We have also established MOU with some other bodies. To those, the Enugu State College of Education had an MOU with them for a space for expansion. We are also working out another MOU with the International Hospital, the 300-bedded veterinary hospital that His Excellency is building for the state. That place is almost completed. And just a few weeks ago, went to Abuja to discuss with the managers of African Medical Center of Excellence. It's another quaternary healthcare facility in Nigeria. If you go there, you see that, a lot of things are in place to manage even very critical, very, very high profile diseases like cancer, like heart diseases, including cardiac surgeries. So that's what is coming up in that big hospital at Rangers Avenue that also start working. The SLs have done a lot. So the college is also tapping into that hospital to have an MOU, at least for observership. Our students will go in there for observership to go and observe cutting-edge medicine, quaternary care in medical practice. So that when our students graduate, they will not be left out, because the world have actually moved on. That's the truth. A lot of things have advanced beyond our imagination, and that's what the governor is bringing on. What is outside, he's bringing it home so that people can see that, Enugu is on the top, it's leading, and actually we're leading. I thought also we don't joke with discipline in a suit. College of Medicine, we don't joke with discipline. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, we discipline you. Since I assumed office, we have disciplined up to 26 students who decided to indulge in exam practice. Some of them have been sent to, some of them have been expelled. Even staff, 3 staff were expelled because we saw them that we were able to prove that they were facilitating exam malpractice. They were extorting students, and we don't allow that in the system, in our system. So they were fully sanctioned. One of the critical problems I almost forgot to mention, that is, it's a very big critical challenge that I've been able to solve. I've been received a very stable solution in this system, is the issue of water scarcity. When I came in, water was a problem in the college. I ran to His Excellency as usual, and he immediately came to our rescue. We were able to reticulate water, pipe-borne water in the college. We were able to install more than 15 tanks, water tanks, some of them 500, some of them 1,000 liters. So to ensure that water is not a big problem in this place. And I tell you that students are so happy because they know what they used to pass through before His Excellency's intervention. So he has intervened, and we are feeling his intervention in terms of water supply. We have also engaged in what I call business, the business ventures in the college, because I tell you that the governor we are working under is a global governor. He's talking about, he's always talking about income, talking about how to make sure that everything is stable. So we explored that area. If you visit our animal house, we see that we have expanded the scope of activities in that place to now include what we call breeding for business. So rats, research rats, and rabbits of various sorts are being bred in that place, and is now being marketed to various researchers within the environment. So people can come to Esucom College of Medicine to assess their research animals. So that is where we are, and that has earned us some money. Not much, but at least we, apart from the fact that we are earning some income from it, it's also announcing increasing the visibility of the college, because people who don't know that this college is in existence are now coming from far and near to assess research animals. People who graduated from this campus before now, they just go, and there's no way of calling them back to give back to the society in terms of alumni. When I came on board, I saw that the alumni, even though it existed, but it was moribund. The activities are not being felt. I had to reactivate them. I gave them an office just outside there. Because if you really want to get somebody to work, you need to give him a space to stay. So I provided an office for the alumni. That's where they can have their meetings and they can discuss the issues affecting their personal lives and even that of the college. So immediately with that reactivation was done, they donated this. They are the one that donated this television to us, and you can see that is serving us. So alumni of Esucom College of Medicine is working and is working well. Power was also a big challenge that we met when I became provost, because knowing the band A syndrome that increased our bill that used to be less than 2 million per month skyrocketed to 11 point something million. So in order to tackle it, we went into brainstorming. How do we go about it? I first of all had an energy management committee, which I formed, and we had an energy management seminar here. And I must tell you that with that seminar, we discovered that there is a great degree of power wastage within the environment. And with the activities of that energy management committee or task force, and the knowledge imparted through the seminar, we started conserving the rate of energy consumption, unnecessary energy consumption in the environment. And it was able to bring down our bill by up to 36%. And that's, for now, what we pay. We used to pay 11 million. We're now paying between 6 to 7 million naira every month. And that was a very big impact. We are not yet there. We are still having issues because, it's a huge amount of money. That's why we're exploring. We are currently exploring alternative source of energy in terms of solarization of the college. That's what we're looking for. We've gotten the bills for it. We've called several companies to come and tender their quotations, but I must tell you that their bills are so enormous, very huge bills. We have also run to His Excellency, and I'm sure that in his usual manner, he will attend to it as soon as possible. And very soon, the issue of power supply, which is, I can say to a large extent, is stable in the college, will become very, very, very stable. I know he will do it because he's a very listening governor. I will not end this address without talking about the increase in admission quota, which we were able to secure in the last reaccreditation visit. I ran to His Excellency and told him that there's need to expand our training quota. There's need to expand our training quota. You know about the scarcity of doctors and healthcare professionals in the country is no more in news. Everybody know that apart from the brain drain, even production of this healthcare force is also on the minimum. So we were able to scale up our training quota last 2 months, that was in March, by expanding our facilities in terms of training facilities and manpower. I must tell you that here you are, that both our manpower and training facilities were expanded more than 100%. Yes. And we had to invite the MDC and the Medical and Dental Council. That is the body that is charged with regulating medical training in Nigeria. They came to assess us, assess our facilities, assess our manpower, and increased. I said, see, your quota should be increased, and they increased our quota from 120 to 350. That's about 146.5% increase, and it's not 145.8% increase. Sorry. But I mean, it's a big achievement of this of both the states, the university, and the college. With that achievement, our college became the top, the highest quota for training medical students in Nigeria as at March 2026. Sorry. So that was a very great achievement. So with what it means now is that our admission quota each year for medicine and surgery is 350, and if they do well, there's no how we can't turn up to 300 at graduation. And you know what it means if you graduate 330 students every year from College of Medicine. You know what how it's going to impact on the health of the people within Enugu and its environment. And it's not just that, even economic empowerment, because these people can do as the environment, as the people are becoming healthier, they are going to become wealthier. So we thank His Excellency, the Governor, who provided everything we needed to ensure that this accreditation was done and the increase in our quota was achieved very successfully. It's not as if we are not having challenge, because there's nobody, there's no facility, there's no establishment in this current time that will not have challenge. We have challenge of power. I've said that before. Now we are looking for how to go off the grid and benefit from the solarization of the solar power supply, because that's the end thing now. It's safer, it's neater, it doesn't have noise, but it's cheaper on the long run. So we are soliciting for individuals, women individuals. The state government is doing a lot, and this kind of project state government may not be able to take it alone. In some other environments, we see women individual philanthropists, captains of industries come to establishments like this and say, I want to write my name in that place, and say, I want to solarize the environment. It is not something that cannot be done. Calling on well-meaning individuals to come and help us in that aspect. Other things they can do is to help us refurbish our auditorium. We go there now, the seat there can be refurbished, they can put AC, there's so many things they can. So come around, come and discuss with us. If you want to, you can help us. Parents and well-wishers will be able to discuss with you and show you the various projects and plans the management of the college and the university has for the expansion of our college. We'll show you that you do it. Even if you want us to name it after you, we discuss that with the official, the state and the relevant bodies, and you can get that done. That is how things are done in a progressive environment. We need more structures. We need bigger classrooms. We also need increase in our overheads. As I told you, that we have expanded very exponentially. It means that what we receive from government every month, even though it was increased when it came in, we still need to be increased again, because many mouths are now feeding on it. I want to thank the God of heaven who has given us grace from my appointment to date. I've done just 2 years in the office. It is by the grace of God. It's not by power, it's not by might. It's He that gives life and gives the strength, gives the courage, gives the enablement to achieve whatever we think we have, the little that we think we have achieved. I also want to thank His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State, Dr. Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, whom I describe as an innovative governor. I mean, all of us are here in Enugu, and we know what Enugu used to be before he came into the office. You know what the security looks like and what the security looks like now. You see that there is very vibrant and very a significant improvement. You see what the roads used to look like, and you see what it is now. You see very significant improvement. You go to International Conference Center, you go to our presidential hotel, go to the international hospital that is going on. You talk about the smart schools. That's the only governor that has been able to build smart school in all the 260, 67 wards or 260 wards in Enugu State. I mean, it's unprecedented. Even in my own village, my own ward, local ward, where I came from, Esucom, our smart school is working now. The students are already using it. So that's the only governor that have taken that bold step. Rural roads, rural electrification projects are going on. Even the type 2 primary health centers. So that by type 2 primary health center, we're talking about primary health centers that have the doctors, the registered nurses working there, so that you can step in there and assess health, because health is wealth, as I've said before, and His Excellency knew that. I really want to champion it in the states, because if the people, large bulk of Enugu states, indigenous and occupants are healthy, I mean, will be the wealthiest states in the country. So I can't thank him enough. We'll always continue to thank him. He has not stopped. He's still going into his second tenure, which I know that the college, every staff, every student, every member of the College of Medicine of Esucom is fully in support of his re-election come to 2027, and we're doing everything to support him and ensure by God's grace he will be there, because that will be for the good of Enugu State and this environment. I also want to thank the man that God is using to pilot the affairs of the university, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Aloysius Michael Sokolie. He has been very supportive to me in the college. In fact, the Medical and Dental Council's representative once described him as, he's a very passionate Vice Chancellor, to the extent that most of the programs we do in the college, you see him here. He won't just send representative, he will be here with all the management team. Almost every induction is here. If we sneeze in the college, he will listen and say what is happening, and he want to attend to it immediately. So, Vice Chancellor, I want to thank you so much. I want to appreciate you in your team, and I know that God will continue to keep you for us and will continue to move forward in serving and delivering core mandates in the suits. I will not stop at that, because the governor has done a lot, and there are people that worked with him very closely to ensure that this college is where it is today. The Secretary to the State Government, Professor Chide Veroya, in fact, he just chairmaned our last induction. He left all his engagement in the office and came to the college. The inaugural lecture we had in the college at that time, he was here. So you can imagine. So these people are the ones that have done a lot to ensure that this college is where we are today. Even the Chief of Staff, Barrister Victor Day, the Principal Secretary to the Governor, they have all done a lot to ensure that we have a college we can be so proud of. Lastly, but not the least, in fact, is I decided to leave him last so that I can tell you something about him. He's the special advisor to the governor on health, Dr. Yomi Jaye. I mean, this is a friend and a brother. I tell him that he's my brother from another woman. he's every time in the college. I lack words to express my gratitude to him because anything we say, anything, in fact, if he comes here, he detects some of the problem and say, Provost, what can we do about this? What can we do about this? And he takes his threat to the table of the governor and he receives attention. So I want to thank him so much for such sacrificial service. Dr. Yomija has been so wonderful to this College of Medicine. And I'm praying that God will continue to bless him and take care of him the way he's taking care of the college. I work very closely with CMD, Professor Batungu, who is also a brother and a father indeed. Of course, in training medical students, you cannot finish training without having to expose them to the hospital. And that's one of the things that makes this College of Medicine very peculiar. Both the classrooms, the hostels, and the teaching hospital is within one environment. So if a medical student is training here, he can enter this place and come out as a doctor without crossing that gate. I can tell you that. Because everything he needs is within the environment. You can count very few medical schools that have this level of disposition within Nigeria, even abroad. So it's not a place where you need to be traveling to go. No, everything you need is in the environment. So CMD has been very cooperative. He has made the teaching hospital very conducive for training medical students, provided the facilities, provided the conducive environment to ensure that training and learning is very active. In fact, even in the college now, in order to enhance experiential learning, they will take you to the basic life support center and simulation centers, where the students, after learning in the classroom, can come and have a hands-on demonstration on all these things we're talking about. The hospital, which if you just cross the gate behind me, you enter into the teaching hospital, is very much available for training the students. And thank the CMD so much for allowing us, allowing the college, allowing the students, even my college management. They've been very cooperative. Every staff in College of Medicine, it's as if we're a peculiar breed brought together to ensure that we deliver quality service to the training of medical students. So the staff and students, I want to thank you, to thank all of you, and my prayer is that God will keep all of us to keep serving in this mandate, to deliver it, and make sure that we continue to produce quality medical students that can stand anywhere in the world to defend their cause. Thank you.
I want to use this opportunity to congratulate our amiable governor for the marvelous work he's doing and the people of Enugu State. We have sincerely witnessed tremendous developments on almost every side since he came into power in the States, especially at the College of Medicine. On the part of infrastructural development, he has helped us so tremendously by providing the needed fund, especially during our last reaccreditation for quota increase for medicine and surgery. We were almost at a fix on what to do with the number of students we had at hand. But because of his support, we were able to get the needed equipment, the resources, human and material resources that we need for the accreditation. And at the points when the MDCN, Medical and Dental Council, came, the College of Medicine, that was Enugu State University College of Medicine, became number one, the first in the country, with a quota of 350 from 120. It's an unprecedented increase, and without his support, the governor's support, there was nothing we could have done. Even when he released some money, millions for the accreditation, at some point we got into a heat. The provost called him, met him, immediately he gave the support. Of course, when the MDCN came, that's the Medical and Dental Council came, they marveled at the kind of infrastructural development and the equipment at our laboratories.
I must congratulate His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State, on a successful journey thus far. The ways you assess any society include, importantly, the regard for education and the regard for healthcare. These are two areas that the administration of His Excellency has focused on. When it gets to the university administration in itself, the work has been made much easier because appraisal and promotion of academic staff has been regular and consistent. So there's a lot of motivation on the part of the staff to do their jobs well and train the students. In terms of healthcare, the hospital of Enugu State University Teaching Hospital has witnessed massive upgrades in infrastructural development. There are multiple structures that have started going up in the hospital. The twin building for administrative staff, and also the new building going up for nurses. Then the emergency room for children, the children emergency room, recently witnessed massive, significant upgrades in terms of equipment and in terms of the building itself. Same thing with the newborn intensive care units. And these not only improve quality of healthcare services, but also impact on the treatment, the education of the students, because the medical students have exposure to up-to-date and standard equipment used. Another important improvement we witnessed in the college is in the area of employment of staff. Recently, over approximately 200 lecturers were employed recently, and this was only possible by the support, financial support given by the administration. So thus far, the progress that's been made in the college under the leadership of the provost, Professor Uchinne Egwochi, and the university at large under the leadership of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Michael Aloysius Okolie, are reflections of the dynamic and impactful and intentional leadership of His Excellency, Dr. Peter Mba. I can only pray that God will continue to crown his efforts with success to the greater glory of His name, and the journey is just beginning. Indeed, tomorrow is here.
I also want to extend my gratitude to the Governor of Enugu State, His Excellency, Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubisi Mba, whose intervention has shown a great impact to the College of Medicine and the Medical Library in particular. Through the intervention of the Governor, the library has improved a lot. Over the years, we've not had the privilege to improve our information resources, due to the high cost of medical books. But through the intervention of the Governor, the library was able to make new acquisition this year. We were able to acquire new books, not just new books, but recent books for the College of Medicine. In addition to that, the library, through his intervention, were able to provide to the students e-portal, library e-portal, where they can access e-books without stress. Also, through the intervention of the Governor, the library was able to improve its reading space. Before now, we had just 150 reading sitting capacity at the medical library. But through the intervention of the Governor, the library now has a total of 310 sitting capacities, which has been provided for the students. Also, the intervention of the Governor has enabled the library to reticulate water across the building. So right now, the library can now boldly let users access its conveniences without worry because water has been reticulated. We are also able to provide improved internet. Currently, users are allowed to can now access the internet from the library, which is as a result of the intervention of the governor. We've also had the challenge of poor ICT facilities at the College of Medicine. Our e-library has been categorized as one of the poorest because of the poor condition of our computers and lack of internet access, like I said earlier. However, through the intervention of His Excellency, Barrister Dr. Peter Bisimba, the e-library and ICT facilities of the library has been improved. We have a total of 42 computers which are available for students at the College of Medicine to use. Not just that they are available, but they can access the internet through the computers that have been provided for them. I also want to use this opportunity to appreciate the management of the college, especially the provost of the college, Professor Uchenna Igbochi, who allowed himself to be used as an instrument to improve the condition of the college. I'm saying this because it is not always easy for someone who has been given an assignment to execute such assignments effectively. Through the provost, His Excellency was able to achieve all of these milestones at the college. In overall, the library wants to appreciate the management of the college, ASUT management, and His Excellency Barrister Dr. Ndubisi Mba for their intervention to the condition of the medical library.
I want to thank the governor specifically for his response during the last reaccreditation program. He has actually improved the college a lot. During this reaccreditation exercise, he poured in money in this college and many laboratory equipment, so many microscopes, automated chemistry analyzers, automated hematology analyzers, and so many of them. I thank him. I also thank our working provost, who has worked tirelessly towards this accreditation, and the able support he got from our digital VC. Two of them have worked tremendously, and the governor has actually helped in no small measure releasing money for all these activities. There is the program where the design we call College at a Glance. That big building he has approved. And I know that by the time he comes into the next second tenure, that building will be a reality.
Starting from the governor, who is the leader of the team, the provost, the vice chancellor, they are all working to see that the college moves in a very seamless platform to get what we want. During all these days, college actually was not like this, as you see it. Cleanliness, and again, when you watch, you have CCTV. You can stay at a point and see the whole college, as it were. The examination points we have seen so that malpractice have been reduced to minimum bearable, even zero. So with these CCTV cameras connected by our able provost, we have actually achieved zero tolerance to exam malpractice. And again, reticulation of water is through his administration we see all this. And again, my department, we have a functional building that is coming up. The former anatomy building will be demolished, and the new building is erected, about 5-story building, courtesy of our able governor, Barrister Ndubisi Mba. He's a talk and do. He carries everybody along. He's a listening governor. Before now, college funding was very, very difficult. To get anything from the government, very, very difficult. But during our able governor's tenure, it seems as this is his baby. College is his baby. 2 buildings have been erected simultaneously due to his achievements. The employment have improved, and we are part of it. In the past, I was asked to come and work with one government. I said no. But I am very happy to work with this team because they are achievers. So we pray that next season we are going to achieve more, even better. In Jesus' name.
My honest take is that it's a huge improvement to the environment of the school. Like the library here, they have added new editions of textbooks, the latest editions, and they've also added things like ACs to the fan to make the environments more conducive when when there's heat and stuff like that. Then the hostels too, there've also been renovations to the hostels. A lot of equipment that were a bit faulty has all been fixed and made, to the best condition. The tiles, the environment, the walls, everything has been painted and made very suitable for and conducive for us to live in. Then generally the classrooms too, all the broken chairs and equipments there have been fixed, made more conducive for learning. The fans too have been fixed, the lights have been fixed. Wi-Fi has been placed for us to like access the internet quickly, both here in the library, both in the classrooms. Wi-Fi has been placed around the school at strategic places, to facilitate our learning. And that has really been helpful. It has really, really been helpful. It has really made things conducive for us. And it has really helped in, improving our general living in the college. I just want to thank the provost and the school management for all the hard work that they have been doing because it has been helping us, the students. Also, the governor of Enugu State, Mr. Peter Mba, for all his contributions to our College of Medicine because he has been really active in helping with the CMD. He has been working with the CMD to improve our college generally, and I'm really appreciative of what all of them are collectively doing.
I want to say a very big thank you and appreciation for what our great governor has done for us, His Excellency Barrister Dr. Peter Ndubisimba, for everything that he has been doing for the good people of his Enugu State, especially Enugu State University College of Medicine, what he has put in place with regards starting from the recently concluded accreditation process, which had us to move from 125 PM student quota to 350, which is a great milestone in the history of the school. We also see his good work, which is evident in our library facilities, with e-facilities all over the place, creating an enabling environment for the students to get engaged and be passionate about reading. So as you can see here that I'm sitting right now is our library, and it is well taken care of by our chief librarian, Dr. Perpetua Ugweze. And as well, I will also give a shout out to our provost, Professor Uchenna Ekochi, who has been so indefatigable in making sure that things has been going properly in this school. Which sole aim in this school is the students' welfare, and it's quite evident with our constant water supply, constant electricity supply, and suitable and convenient hostel facilities within the school premises. So it is something worth thanking the governors and the associates that are working with them. Special appreciation to the SA on Governor on Health, Dr. Yomi Jai, and our Chief Medical Director, Professor Bertrand Ungu, who has worked hand in hand and in synchrony with our provost to get things done and things going properly in this school environment. We also appreciate the students body at large in making sure that they have been working so uniformly with the school management that at the end of the day that the school management and the student body are in one page, because they say where unity is, is where love is.
In a very special way, I would like to thank the Enugu State Governor in the person of Barrister Dr. Ndubisi Peter Mba for all the great things he has been doing for the people of Enugu State and for the College of Medicine, Park Lane, Enugu. I would like to say thank you for the steady power supply, for the electricity, for the free Wi-Fi in the classroom, and for the e-library that you made possible for the people of Enugu State. I would also like to thank the provost in the person of Professor Uchenna Ekochin for being more than a father to the students of Enugu State College of Medicine, for always being there to provide for us and assisting us in every aspect of our lives we need, for being an exemplary source of leadership to us. I want to say a very big thank you to him.
Some of the transformative projects of this administration that I've witnessed is the revitalization of our rural outpost station, medical outpost station at Nenwe. Nenwe Cottage facility, as is popularly known, is located in Nenwe community in Anenuri local government of the Enugu state. Although this facility was associated with the university in principle, on paper it was officially being managed by the Ministry of Health, and all plans to actually get this facility transferred officially to Esucom was unsuccessful over the years until this current administration came in. So with the help of the governor of the state, His Excellency Dr. Peter Ndubisi, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Aloysius Okorie, the Provost, Professor Uchenna Ekochin, and the CMD of the hospital, Professor Patun Ngwu, this long-standing challenge, this long-standing battle was finally resolved with the facility officially ceded to Enugu State University. Now, when we assumed responsibility of this facility, it was in a deplorable state, especially the staff quarters. We had leaky roofs, there were no beds, the soakaways were collapsed, no running water, a whole lot. In fact, practically the place, I would say, was uninhabitable. And you wouldn't expect much because this building was actually put up in the early 80s by the then governor of Old Anambra State, His Excellency Dr. Jim Obodo. And it was actually in a state that needed adequate attention. So when I brought this to the notice of my provost, Professor Uchenna Ekochin, and told him how this has been affecting our training of the undergraduate students, as the doctors who are supposed to reside there and supervise their training within the time they're to spend in the community in training are not able to reside there because the place is not habitable. He swung into action, sent in the works team of my humble self. We went there, assessed the place, gave him feedback, and he moved in to renovate the quarters. Put beds there. You can see our settee, the televisions, the beddings, kitchen utensils, name it, the blinds. In fact, he transformed that place into our home. And he did not just focus on the doctors, because the doctors don't work alone. He actually said we also need to make sure our nurses also are able to stay put and also help in health service delivery. So he also extended his arm of friendship, I would say, to the nurses by also fixing their own quarters and also even in the facility, because When you get to the GOPD, the waiting rooms, there are no fans, but yeah, he was convinced that when you want to serve the people, you should know you're serving humanity. So yes, in his very humble and compassionate self, he provided fans, for the patients at the waiting room, even in the wards, the theater doors, some doors within the hospital, the wards were not working, and then these were actually fixed. And services have actually improved within this period. So right now you can categorically say that 24-hour services are provided at Newe. The doctors can sleep over, the nurses sleep over, and when the students come around for their training, wow, it's actually a wonderful time. We all have a wonderful time there within the said period. So, and not just that, after this intervention, staff morale, you can actually see the staffs are smiling, greatly improved. And then the community also, because healthcare services to the name where people have actually improved, more efficient, and you can still see that this environment is an environment that reflects standard expected of a modern teaching institution. So what can we say? That a once neglected facility, a once neglected quarters has been transformed into a vibrant rural training facility. All thanks to His Excellency, the Governor, for his visionary leadership, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Aloysius Okorie, for his strategic leadership, and of course my Provost for his commitment and dedication. Newe has been revitalized. Training has improved. And at the same time, healthcare service delivery to the indigent people in Newe has greatly improved. So you can see the impact of purposeful leadership on not just education, but healthcare delivery.
It was a place where we train our medical students on rural postings. Currently, we are happy with His Excellency, Dr. Barrister Peter Ndubisimba, for his wonderful job at the Institution of Annex Newe. Before now, the doctors' quarters and nurses' quarters were in bad shape, but it's now currently furnished and now habitable for doctors. This is the nurses' quarters, currently furnished for His Excellency, Dr. Peter Ndubisimba. We're so grateful for his kind gesture. Yes, well furnished. You can see the fridge, the fan, the living room. You can see the bed, well furnished. Another room, well furnished. This is the doctor's quarters. Look at the furniture, the living room, well furnished. Come and look at our kitchen. Well furnished. Also have all the fan. Look at the room. It's not comfortable. The room, you have the little table inside the fan. The same one, look at this one too. You have the bed and everything. So, look at our toilet. They newly refurbished the toilets. They changed the toilets to have a new one now. Look at this one too. Newly refurbished. That's the new one. We are so grateful. Doctors can now stay over, sleep over, and do the work. So our governor is working. Thank you so much, His Excellency, the Governor of Enugu State. Thank you so much. We are so grateful. Also grateful to the Provost of College of Medicine for the teamwork people are doing. We are so grateful. We thank you, so, His Excellency. Continue the good work. Like you said before, that is the place where we train. This place is for rural posting of medical students. They normally come here for the rural posting. When they come, they do community diagnosis. They identify the health problems of the communities in terms of mobility and mortality rates. And also they visit the colleges, they visit the villages, do community mappings, and so on. They also do school health. So these are the programs we run here. And we also thank His Excellency for all the effort in making the college to get accredited to have the capacity of 350 students to be enrolled into medical school at the Essex College of Medicine. So at the same time, we'll be very grateful if His Excellency can come and build 350 bedded hostel for the medical students who will be coming to this place for posting. Because of the increment in the number of students intake now, about 350, and we're expecting 250 students at Esucom next year. So we'll be very happy if they can, build the student hostels to accommodate the load.